Hi everyone, this is Jarle for Cloud9 Crafts. Thank you for stopping by. Today I wanted to share some heart shaker tags that I made for the current Cloud9 Crafts challenge. Let me show you all the supplies I used to make those tags. You can find all the supplies listed below in the supply link. So first of all, I have this heart shaker gift tag on that magnetic board, and then this lovely Love Poems stamp sets. This is one of my favorite stamp sets to use. And then of course I also have some lawn trimmings, pretty pink sparkle cord, and then some new sequins I got recently. So let me start by showing you the die cutting I have done off camera. So I have that little frame there, then I have that base, that hard base, and then I also have a bunch of those hard frames die cut in white cardstock. Since I will be stacking all those whites up just to create that little well where the embellishment goes. Then also I die cut 3 pieces of acetate with that same hard base. So first of all, I stamped those sentiments onto those heart bases that I created earlier, or that I die cut earlier off camera. So I chose 3 sentiments of this stamp set. I think I have the "You're seriously the best" and "You are amazing," "You're awesome." I think those sentiments fit really well on those tags. As always, I use VersaFine Onyx Black ink to stamp down my sentiments. This gives it a really nice, crisp impression. So I did this for all 3 of those tags. So here you can see the 3 sentiments that I chose out of that Love Poems stamp set. Then it was time to stack up all those white die cuts. I think I used about 5 frames and I stacked them all on top of each other. 5 die cuts was definitely enough for me, but you can always use more if you want to. Now, if you don't like this method, you can always use some fun foam as well. So then you just die cut that hard frame out of some fun foam and you create that little well on that way. Now here I also die cut that heart out of some acetate, but you can see that top part there had to be trimmed off with my scissors. I also cut down a little bit of the edges so that none of the acetates would show through on all of the sides. So the heart goes on top, so it can be very messy. That's really not a problem. So here I am stacking that little well on top of that hard base, and I'm just using some liquid glue. So you have those 5 die cuts there, and with some liquid glue I am just placing this on top of that hard base. And then, so what I always do when I make shaker cards or shaker tags is I use my anti-static powder tool and I just go along the edges just to remove any stickiness that might have been there before I place my embellishments inside or my shaker bits inside. So that will make sure that they can move freely inside that well. Now here you can use some double-sided tape, Scotch tape, as I used here on this video, but you can of course also use liquid glue. I did it with the Scotch tape for this first heart, But eventually I just switched over to liquid glue, since that was going to be very much easier than fussing around with this double-sided tape. Just because it's a hard shape, it's not very easy to move it around. So once I removed the backing paper of that tape, I can place that acetate on top, making sure that it's nicely adhered. And then I can place one of those hard frames on top. And as you can see there, all of the fussy cutting of that acetate, or that ugly cuts from that acetate, will not be visible when I attach my frame on top. I actually use the colors Sticky Note, Guava cardstock, and Peacock cardstock to make those 3 shakers. So here I have a blue or a blue-green hard base, and then I topped it off with a pinky red hard frame. Now I have to adhere, or I have to place a little cord through the tag. So I'm just folding that cord in half, and I'm just pulling this one through, and then I have perfectly shaped heart tags, and the embellishments can move around freely. So these are the 3 I made. I hope you like this other project. It's not a card, it's a tag, but I also hope you can appreciate this kind of projects. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!